Depending on who you ask, when it comes to a basic white tee that fits just right, or a black blazer that can go with any and everything, those are staples. They're the epitome of style, timeless and classic that can go in almost anyone's wardrobe. But pose that question to someone else and they think it's really boring and there's no way that's an exciting part of anyone's wardrobe or style. And why would you want to do that? Well, I'm sure some people think about investing the same way, that if it's boring, it's not worth doing, but that's actually the thing you probably should be doing. Go ahead and throw it out there. This is not investing advice. Please go ahead and do your own research, but there is something that I noticed. There are some parallels there just between what you tend to see people gravitate towards when it comes to money and investing, and what really holds attention or gets attention, at least on social media. And it's flash and it's pizzazz and it's pretty much making a really quick buck. And it's the whole 10x your money within a 24-hour period. Yeah, it's appealing and I get it. Who doesn't want to get rich quick? Although those who usually do end up losing it, because just you having a lot of money doesn't mean that you'll actually keep that money. You can make a lot of money. You can fall into a lot of money, okay? That's just an act. But the actual habit and the intention to keep that money, that's on you, and that's about behavior, and that's a whole different story. And there's a reason that a lot of this country struggles with the money, other than we don't really want to educate people on money in this country because it benefits the system for you to not understand how money works. I'm pretty sure you've gathered that by the time you're age 30. But I get it. Like, it's not fun to talk about the really boring and mundane way in which you can grow wealth, but it's also easy, and easy can be thought of as lazy, but if you can do less work and still have an amazing outcome, like, why wouldn't you do that? I'm just saying, all right, listen, in track, when I ran in high school, our coach would tell us, listen, we can work smart and we can work hard and we can be done for the day, and this can be a really short practice, or we cannot, and I can just sit here and you can suffer. I'm sorry, but I personally don't want to put myself in a position to just suffer or just chase all of the fads. And that's actually what happens in fashion, whether it's in sneakers or, let's say, streetwear, or it can just be fashion in general. People will chase the fads and they come and they go, and you're always trying to keep up. That's like a rat race that I personally don't want to be in. It's not that some fads don't appeal to you, and maybe they actually will align with your individual style. Look, it can happen, okay? It can happen. But does it happen for most people? No, and it's why they end up taking out so many different things in their wardrobe versus some things just working and sticking. So for myself, adding some of those, that was on my to-do list for 2023. And I feel like people are always in search of like the perfect white tee that really works for them. And you can really find videos where people are testing out like 15 different brands of white tees to see what works and what doesn't, especially as a woman. Is it transparent? Does it pass the bra test? Does it not? For me, I was just able to pick up a few of these from Zara. So basic white tees, all cotton, perfect for any season. It doesn't matter, any season. And I have different styles of white tees. So this will just be added to a plethora of white tees based on the actual maybe fit I want for that outfit that day. Now I will say this, listen, the sleeves, I'm wearing a women's medium, and yeah, the gym, the gains, they are showing through with this actual shirt. But again, just a basic, nice fitting white tee. I'm wearing a women's medium. I am 5'6", just for size reference in this video. And then the coveted black blazer. It's something that this is one of those things where I totally understand if everyone has this within their wardrobe. You don't have to, because you don't have to do anything. But does it help? Yeah, because you can dress a black blazer up, you can dress it down, throw a tee under it, throw a nice collared shirt, a blouse, and it can work in almost any setting. And a basic white sneaker, that tends to work well. Do you have to have it? No. Is there one sneaker you have to have? No. I've already discussed this. There isn't, but it certainly can help having an all-white sneaker that you really like and adore in your closet to go with anything. And again, that can be classic, and it can also be thought of as boring. Kind of how I choose to invest. I'm sure some people think it's extremely boring, because I'm like, hey, I think I'll stick to like the tried and true that tends to have really decent returns. And that's just my personal preference. Listen, S&P 500 or a high yield dividend index fund, or the total stock market. So that means outside of just the US, but the whole total world stock market. And then also I'll dabble in the bond market as I continue to age. But yeah, I have no problem going the boring route, which I think is just timeless and classic and smart investing. And Listen, I'm not smarter than Warren Buffett, and it tends to work for him. And you know what? I'll just let Warren Buffett do like the hard work. I'll stick to what he has proven is really good in terms of a pathway to follow. So again, that's just my choice, but something that's timeless, classic, and will continue to work for me no matter if I'm now in my 30s, 40s, or my 50s. And I'm talking about style, and my style can certainly evolve, but I think even in my 40s and 50s, I will still see a point of a black blazer, great fitting white tees, and yeah, sweats and hoodies, they're not leaving, okay? That is just part of who I am. Plenty of essentials to take me through that. And whatever your style is, listen, I hope you truly hone in on it and continue to let it evolve. But when it comes to investing, if you choose to not want to chase whatever the trending thing is, and you're like, hey, is there an easier way? I at least think there is, and that's if you are within the income limit, Roth IRA, invest up to the max, continue to take the match for 401k or 403b, whichever your employer offers, and just make sure that you're always taking care of future you today, because future you is 1000% dependent on you having the discipline and the wherewithal and the intention today to put money aside, let it grow within the market. Compound interest is a beautiful thing, and to not set yourself up for a pretty difficult life post working, because no matter what, we're going to retire. We can't work forever, and I just want you to, again, not have to sell your sneaker collection just to be able to cover your expenses when you're older or an emergency happens. So timeless, boring. Yeah, I'm okay with those things. Even if you may think that I'm boring, it works for me. And I know that I'm taking care of future me. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. I'll go ahead and leave the links for just listen to the basics RTs I had. And H&M blazer, I caught them on sale. So you guys know I love a sale. I love saving money. Go ahead, maybe be patient and wait for a sale. And if you choose to add those things, great. If not, you know, great as well. Thank you for tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.